So today's question, we're going to be looking at what type of investor typically chooses commercial properties. Xavier, I appreciate that's probably quite a broad spectrum of people and companies that can kind of consider that, but what does, I suppose, commercial tend to, why do people get interested in it? What type of investor likes it?
Well, I think often it is the sophisticated investor that's looking at it. So it will be somebody who's already got an exposure to residential.
Yeah.
They like property, and they sort of it's an obvious sort of move.
Yeah.
And because there are so many different types of commercial property, they might come in through buying retail investments, or an industrial investment, or a lot of these families, obviously they have their own businesses and they might buy the business that the company's in already. So so from a private individual point of view, that tends to be where they come from.
Yeah, there's an element of maybe comfort. For that entry point, they've got some experience. Or
exactly. Or they've already invested in maybe in the stock market, in REITs and property companies, or they may have invested in a large open-ended funds, which specialises in commercial properties. So that would be where, and they get comfortable with the whole notion of it, and they think, wouldn't it be good if I could have a slice of that myself?
Sure. I guess historically, commercial property, in some instances, could be relatively expensive. It's certainly more nuanced, and from my perspective, I'm residential. That's my background. So looking at commercial, there's certainly things there that I'm not necessarily as experienced with. So I guess it's always been not hidden or behind closed doors, but a lot harder for the mainstream investor, I guess, to kind of access. And that's where crowdfunding possibly comes in.
Yes, exactly. So that's really what encouraged me to look at the whole model with Property Partner, because the idea of being able to access commercial property, as you say, is really difficult, and the idea with Property Partner is to make it as simple as possible, and certainly as a forerunner to maybe going on your own and doing it yourself, whatever. But it's a phenomenal flat platform which enables you to sort of suck it and see. You can see all the nuances that go into a sector which is very difficult to access as a private individual. So it is tricky.
So the nature of the platform, I guess you see a range of people possibly looking at crowdfunding and commercial specifically, and then also within the wider sphere of commercial, you've got companies and organisations that will kind of invest in it as well. So quite encompassing, I guess. It's lots of people.
Yeah, exactly. And then within commercial property itself, there are various types of commercial property that you might want to invest in first before you then sort of look at more adventurous opportunities.
Host of options.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So we've been concentrating just on pretty straightforward investments to produce a good return.
Fantastic. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah.